Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you've been doing, every habit, every thought, every emotion, has been scripting your life on autopilot, and worse, it's been writing a story you don't even like. Dr. Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself isn't just a self-help book. It's a wake-up call to the way you've been unconsciously living. It's a manual for taking control of your destiny by understanding the science behind how your brain works and how you can rewire it to create the life you want. Dr. Dispenza dives deep into the idea that most of us are living as prisoners of our past, repeating the same thoughts and actions every day while expecting a different result, a recipe for frustration. But here's the twist. You're not doomed to be stuck. Through groundbreaking insights blending neuroscience, quantum physics, and psychology, this book arms you with the tools to break free from these limiting cycles. The book challenges you to think differently, literally. Dr. Dispenza explains how thoughts create emotions, emotions create behaviors, and behaviors reinforce the same reality. If you want to create a new future, you have to break the loop by stepping into the unknown. He doesn't just theorize. He shows you how to get there through meditation, visualization, and emotional alignment techniques that tap into your subconscious programming. What makes breaking the habit of being yourself so transformative is its practical, science-backed approach. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about becoming intentional with your thoughts and feelings. It's about realizing that the power to create your future lies in your ability to think beyond your present circumstances. By the time you finish the first chapter, you'll realize you have the power to reshape your world, not by fighting the system, but by reprogramming the software of your mind. This book doesn't ask, "What if you could change?" Instead, it asks, "What's stopping you from being the person you want to be?" And with every page, you'll be reminded that the answer has always been within you. All you need to do is break the habit of being yourself. Chapter 1. The Quantum You. Dr. Joe Dispenza begins breaking the habit of being yourself with a bold premise. You are more than a physical being living in a predictable world. In Chapter 1, The Quantum You, he introduces the concept that your reality is shaped by your thoughts and emotions on a quantum level. Drawing from quantum physics, he explains how your mind and energy interact with the unseen field of infinite possibilities around you. At its core, this chapter challenges the conventional idea that we are victims of our circumstances. Instead, Dispenza emphasizes that we are creators of our reality. The quantum field, he argues, responds not to what we want, but to who we are being. Thoughts, combined with emotions, act as powerful signals that attract corresponding experiences into our lives. The chapter dives into the science behind this phenomenon, revealing how particles exist as waves of potential until observed. This observation mirrors how our attention and focus collapse infinite possibilities into a single, tangible reality. In other words, your thoughts and feelings literally shape your life. But here's the kicker. Most people live in the same emotional states, driven by the same thoughts, day after day, which locks them into repeating the same life. Dispenza challenges readers to move beyond their current state of being by aligning their thoughts and emotions with the life they want to create. The chapter doesn't just inspire, it sets the stage for action. It asks a fundamental question. If you have the power to collapse reality into existence through your focus, why are you creating the same life you're dissatisfied with? With the Quantum You, Dispenza dismantles old paradigms and invites you to step into a new way of thinking, one where you are no longer a victim of circumstances but a conscious creator of your future. The science is clear and the message is profound. Change your mind, and you change your world. Chapter 2. Overcoming Your Environment. In Chapter 2, Dr. Joe Dispenza delivers a powerful truth. Your external environment is not the master of your destiny. You are. Most people unconsciously allow their surroundings, relationships, and circumstances to dictate their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors locking them into predictable patterns. Dispenza emphasizes that if you let your environment control your state of being, you'll endlessly repeat the past. He explains that every time you react to the same people, situations, or stressors in your environment, you reinforce the same neural pathways and emotional states. These reactions condition your brain and body to stay stuck in a familiar but limiting reality. But here's the shift. Change doesn't happen by reacting to your environment. It happens by creating a new one within. Dispenza introduces the idea of mental rehearsal and visualization as tools to overcome the influence of your external world. By focusing on the life you want instead of the life you have, you start to reprogram your brain and body to align with your desired future. The chapter also highlights the importance of stepping into the unknown. The environment thrives on predictability, but transformation requires breaking free from the comfort of the familiar. When you stop letting external cues control your internal state, you reclaim your power as a creator. Dispenza's message is clear. The environment doesn't create your thoughts create your environment. By detaching from the external and mastering your internal state, you can overcome any limitation and begin designing a life that reflects your highest potential. It's not easy, but it's worth it, because real change starts from the inside out. Chapter 3. Overcoming Your Body. In Chapter 3, Dr. Joe Dispenza reveals a startling reality. Your body has become your master. Years of repetitive thoughts, emotions, and behaviors have conditioned your body to act on autopilot, keeping you stuck in old patterns. While your conscious mind may want to change, your body resists, clinging to what feels familiar, even if it's toxic. Dispenza explains how the body learns to memorize emotions like anger, fear, or guilt as if they were habits. Over time, these emotional states become hardwired, and the body starts calling the shots, dragging you back to the past no matter how much you want to move forward. The real battle is between your conscious mind, which desires change, and your subconscious programming, which is rooted in the body. This is why it feels so hard to break free. Your body literally craves the chemical states it's used to, even if they're negative. The chapter emphasizes the power of awareness and meditation to break this cycle. By observing your old emotional reactions and refusing to act on them, you teach your body that you are in charge. The key is to repeatedly bring your attention to the present moment and align your thoughts and emotions with your future self, not your past. Dispenza's message is both liberating and challenging. Your body may resist, but with discipline and persistence, you can train it to obey your mind. When you overcome your body's grip, you free yourself from the chains of old habits and step into the role of creator, ready to design a new reality. The process isn't easy, but it's the price of transformation, and the reward is a life aligned with your true potential. Chapter 4. Overcoming Time. In Chapter 4, Dr. Joe Dispenza challenges our deeply ingrained relationship with time, revealing how our past and future dominate our present. He explains that most people live trapped in a mental loop, replaying past experiences or anxiously projecting into the future. This constant fixation keeps them stuck in a cycle where yesterday's emotions shape tomorrow's reality. Dispenza emphasizes that time is an illusion, and true change happens only in the present moment. When you dwell on the past, you're tethered to old emotions and patterns. When you anxiously anticipate the future, you project those same emotions forward, creating a predictable life. Both scenarios rob you of your power to create something new. The solution? Shift your focus to the now. Through practices like meditation, you can break free from the mental construct of time and access the quantum field of infinite possibilities. By fully embodying the present moment, you open the door to profound transformation. Dispenza introduces the idea that your future isn't something you chase, it's something you create. To overcome time, you must align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the life you want to live, as if it already exists in the now. This alignment collapses the gap between your current reality and your desired future, allowing you to step into a new way of being. The message is clear. You can't change the past or control the future, but you can create a new reality by mastering the present. When you let go of the illusion of time, you reclaim your power to design a life of purpose and possibility, starting right now. Chapter 5: Survival versus Creation. In Chapter 5, Dr. Joe Dispenza draws a powerful distinction between two states of being: survival and creation. Most people live their lives in survival mode, driven by stress, fear, and reactive thinking. This state keeps them stuck in a cycle of fight-or-flight responses, where their focus is consumed by the external world and immediate threats, real or imagined. Dispenza explains that survival mode is biologically hardwired, but not meant to be a permanent state. When you stay in survival for too long, it drains your energy, narrows your perspective, and blocks creativity. Worse, it reinforces the same negative thoughts and emotions, keeping you tethered to the past. Creation, on the other hand, is where transformation begins. In this state, you shift your focus inward, accessing the quantum field of infinite potential. Creation is expansive, energizing, and rooted in the present moment. Instead of reacting to life, you become a deliberate creator, using your thoughts and emotions to shape your reality. The key to transitioning from survival to creation is to break free from stress. Through meditation and mindfulness, you calm your body's survival instincts and align with your higher self. This allows you to access elevated emotional states like joy, gratitude, and love, emotions that are essential for manifesting your desired future. Dispenza's message is profound. Living in survival is living in the past. But when you step into creation, you reclaim your power, break free from old patterns, and start designing a life that reflects your limitless potential. The choice is yours: react to life or create it. Chapter 6: Three Brains. Thinking to Doing to Being. In Chapter 6, Dr. Joe Dispenza reveals the transformative power of the three brains: the neocortex, limbic brain, and cerebellum, and how they work together to create lasting change. He explains that these three systems are designed to move you through a process, from thinking to doing to being. The neocortex, your thinking brain, is where you learn and analyze. This is the first step, acquiring knowledge and imagining new possibilities. But knowledge alone isn't enough. To create change, you must activate the limbic brain, your emotional center, by taking action and experiencing what you've learned. This is the doing phase, where you begin to embody the new behavior. However, true transformation happens when the cerebellum, your subconscious mind, takes over. Through repetition and practice, your new thoughts and actions become second nature. This is the being phase, where your new habits and emotional states become hardwired into your identity. You no longer try to change, you are the change. Dispenza emphasizes that most people get stuck in the thinking phase, never moving beyond intellectual understanding. Others dabble in the doing phase, but lack the consistency to rewire their subconscious. To truly transform, you must commit to the full process: thinking, doing, and ultimately being. The message is clear. Lasting change isn't about temporary effort. It's about becoming the person who naturally lives the reality you desire. By mastering your three brains, you align your mind, body, and emotions, stepping into a state of being where transformation flows effortlessly. This is the path to unlocking your limitless potential. Chapter 7: The Gap. In Chapter 7, Dr. Joe Dispenza explores the gap, the space between your current reality and your desired future. He explains that this gap exists because your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are still aligned with the old version of yourself. To bridge this divide, you must stop defining yourself by your past and start embodying the future you want to create. The gap feels uncomfortable because it requires stepping into the unknown, leaving behind familiar habits and emotional states. Dispenza emphasizes that this discomfort is a sign of transformation. It's in this space of uncertainty where new possibilities emerge. Most people retreat to their old selves when faced with this discomfort, but he challenges readers to stay in the unknown and trust the process. The key to closing the gap is coherence, aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you want to manifest. By visualizing your future self and emotionally living in that state, you shift from simply wishing for change to becoming the change. Dispenza reminds us that the gap isn't a void. It's a powerful space of creation. The more you resist the pull of your old self and consistently embody your future self, the narrower the gap becomes. Eventually, your desired reality merges with your current one. The chapter's core message is empowering. Your current circumstances do not define you. The gap is an invitation to grow, to transform, and to step into a future of your own making. Stay present, stay committed, and let the unknown become your playground for creation. Chapter 8, Meditation, Demystifying the Mystical and Waves of Your Future. In Chapter 8, Dr. Joe Dispenza unravels the science behind meditation and its profound role in personal transformation. Meditation, often viewed as mystical, is explained as a practical tool for reprogramming your brain and aligning with the quantum field of possibilities. Dispenza emphasizes that meditation bridges the gap between your conscious mind and subconscious programming, allowing you to intentionally reshape your reality. The chapter highlights how meditation shifts brainwave patterns from high-stress beta waves to slower, more intuitive alpha and theta waves. In these states, the analytical mind quiets, and you gain access to the subconscious, the operating system where your deepest beliefs and behaviors reside. This is where true change begins. Through meditation, you can tune into the waves of your future. By mentally rehearsing the life you desire and emotionally connecting to it, you signal your brain and body to align with that reality. The brain doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences, so the act of deeply visualizing and feeling your future rewires your neural circuits and conditions your body to this new state of being. Dispenza demystifies the mystical by grounding these concepts in science, showing that meditation isn't about escaping reality, it's about designing it. He encourages readers to embrace meditation as a daily practice, using it to align their thoughts, emotions, and energy with the future they want to create. The chapter's message is empowering. Meditation isn't just a tool for relaxation, it's a portal to transformation. By mastering this practice, you become the creator of your reality, capable of moving beyond your past and manifesting a future of infinite potential. Chapter 9, The Meditative Process, Introduction and Preparation. In Chapter 9, Dr. Joe Dispenza introduces the foundation of the meditative process, emphasizing the importance of preparation to achieve transformation. Meditation is presented not just as a relaxation technique, but as a disciplined method to recondition the mind and body, bridging the gap between who you are and who you want to become. Dispenza explains that preparation begins with cultivating awareness. You must first recognize the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that keep you tethered to your old self. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can consciously choose to override them. The key is to approach meditation with intention and focus, creating a clear vision of the future you wish to manifest. The chapter highlights the importance of setting the right environment, both external and internal. A quiet, distraction-free space allows you to relax and shift from a reactive state to a creative one. Internally, preparation involves calming the analytical mind, which separates you from your subconscious programming. This is achieved through deep breathing, grounding your energy, and focusing your attention. Dispenza encourages readers to view meditation as a practice of becoming, not just thinking about change, but stepping into the identity of their future self. The process requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to let go of old habits and emotional states. The chapter's core message is simple yet powerful. Preparation is the gateway to transformation. By dedicating time to properly prepare for meditation, you open the door to profound inner change, allowing you to align your mind, body, and energy with the limitless possibilities of your future. Chapter 10. Open the door to your creative state. In Chapter 10, Dr. Joe Dispenza guides readers through the first week of meditation practice, focused on opening the door to their creative state. This chapter lays the groundwork for moving beyond the habitual, survival-focused mind and entering the realm of possibility and creation. Dispenza emphasizes the importance of breaking free from routine thoughts and emotions that define your current self. The goal is to shift from the reactive, analytical beta state into the slower, more creative alpha brainwave state, where the subconscious mind becomes accessible. In this state, you can begin rewiring your brain and breaking free from the past. The week 1 practice involves cultivating mindfulness and becoming the observer of your thoughts and behaviors. Dispenza instructs readers to focus on the present moment, letting go of distractions and mental chatter. Through consistent meditation, you learn to separate your awareness from your old self and create space for the new. Breathing techniques are introduced to help shift your energy and calm the body. Dispenza explains that this physical relaxation is crucial for accessing deeper states of consciousness. The process might feel challenging initially, as the body resists the unfamiliar, but persistence is key to overcoming this resistance. The chapter's core takeaway is that week 1 is about preparing the soil for transformation. By committing to the practice and staying present, you open the door to your creative state, setting the stage for profound personal change. Through focus, discipline, and trust in the process, you begin the journey of becoming the creator of your future self. Chapter 11. Prune away the habit of being yourself. In Chapter 11, Dr. Joe Dispenza focuses on week 2 of the meditative journey, breaking free from old habits and emotional patterns. This phase is about pruning, identifying and removing the deeply ingrained thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that have defined your current self. Dispenza explains that pruning is a neurological process. Every time you stop indulging in familiar negative thoughts or emotional reactions, you weaken the neural pathways that sustain them. It's like trimming a tree. Cutting away what no longer serves you makes space for new growth. The act of not engaging with these patterns is a deliberate and empowering choice to dismantle your old self. This week's practice involves heightened self-awareness. During meditation, you observe and acknowledge the mental and emotional habits that surface, but instead of engaging with them, you let them pass. This teaches the brain and body that these patterns no longer have power over you. Dispenza emphasizes that discomfort is part of the process. As the body resists the unknown, it may try to pull you back into old ways of being. This is the moment to persevere, using your focus and determination to stay in the present and resist the urge to return to the familiar. The chapter's core message is one of liberation. By pruning the habits of your old self, you create space for your future self to emerge. It's not just about thinking differently, it's about actively unlearning the past. The more you let go, the closer you move to becoming the creator of a new, empowered reality. Chapter 12. Dismantle the memory of the old you. In Chapter 12, Dr. Joe Dispenza dives into the transformative process of Week 3, dismantling the memory of your old self. This is the week to consciously sever ties with the emotions, thoughts, and beliefs tied to your past identity. Dispenza explains that memories are not just stored in your brain, but also in your body. Your old self thrives on these emotional imprints, which replay like a loop, keeping you stuck in the past. To break free, you must go beyond thinking and begin to uncondition your body from its addiction to familiar feelings like guilt, fear, anger, or unworthiness. The meditative practice in this phase involves consciously recalling and re-examining old memories, not to relive them but to observe them from a neutral perspective. By doing so, you weaken their emotional grip on you. Dispenza emphasizes the importance of surrendering these emotions, allowing your body to release its hold on the past. This week also focuses on rewiring the brain by creating new emotional associations. As you detach from the past, you replace those limiting emotions with elevated ones like gratitude, love, and joy. This shift transforms your inner state, signaling to your body and mind that you are no longer defined by your history. The powerful message of Chapter 12 is that dismantling the memory of the old you is the gateway to liberation. By releasing emotional baggage, you regain the energy trapped in your past and redirect it toward creating a new future. It's not just about letting go. It's about reclaiming your power as the creator of your life. Chapter 13. Create a new mind for your new future. In Chapter 13, Dr. Joe Dispenza reveals the pinnacle of transformation, building a new mind to shape the reality you desire. This chapter focuses on the power of neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself based on intentional focus, thought, and emotion. Dispenza explains that to create a new future, you must actively think, feel, and behave as if your desired reality already exists. During meditation, this means rehearsing your future self with vivid clarity and deep emotional engagement. The brain doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences, so by repeatedly embodying this new identity, you hardwire it into your neural architecture. The process involves aligning your thoughts, mental focus, with your emotions, energetic charge. If you think about success but feel fear, you create incoherence. To change your reality, you must harmonize your thoughts and feelings, consistently signaling to the body that your new future is your new norm. Dispenza emphasizes that the brain is a record of the past, but through deliberate practice, it can become a map of the future. Every time you choose the elevated emotions of your envisioned self, gratitude, joy, and empowerment, you strengthen the neural pathways that define this new identity. Over time, this conscious practice becomes second nature, turning intention into reality. The chapter's core message is transformative. Your future isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. By training your mind to think beyond your current circumstances, you unleash the power to design a new life. This isn't just personal growth, it's stepping into the role of the creator of your destiny. Chapter 14. Demonstrating and being transparent. Living your new reality. In Chapter 14, Dr. Joe Dispenza focuses on the ultimate step of transformation, living as your future self in every moment. It's no longer about rehearsing or visualizing. It's about demonstrating your new reality in thought, emotion, and action. Dispenza explains that true transformation happens when your internal state aligns so perfectly with your envisioned future that it becomes who you are. When your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors match the energy of your desired reality, you naturally draw that future into your life. This is the art of being transparent, authentically living in alignment with your highest potential without resistance or contradiction. To embody your new reality, you must practice coherence between your heart and mind. Elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and joy should flow through you as naturally as your thoughts about your future. When you embody these elevated states consistently, they ripple outward, affecting your interactions, decisions, and environment. This chapter challenges you to step into the unknown with faith, behaving as though your new reality is already unfolding. Transparency means shedding the facade of the old self and living in truth, your new truth. The powerful takeaway is this: your new reality begins when you stop living as your old self and fully embody the person you aspire to be. Transformation isn't about waiting for the evidence. It's about being the evidence. By living transparently in alignment with your future, you become the magnet that attracts it,